welcome back to CityLine. Now we are going to learn a little bit more about two of Tacoma's very special high schools. One's initials are SOTA and the other is SAMI. And they also have a great event they don't want you to miss out on. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce one of SAMI's teachers. Her name is Emily Wickman, and Emily teaches choir, leadership, guitar, a little bit of everything at primarily SAMI, but also works with SOTA's teachers as well. And with her, she's brought one of her choir students who also has a significant interest in biological sciences, and that is David Harris. So welcome, David. Thank you for coming this morning. So, Emily, tell us a little bit about the program that you oversee at SAMI.
Sure.
So, first of all, tell us what SAMI stands for. Not everybody knows. You think they would, but what does SAMI and SOTA stand for?
Sure. SAMI is the Science and Math Institute, and SOTA is the School of the Arts.
Okay.
And they're both public high schools in Tacoma. We are free and public. We want to emphasize that. A lot of people think it's private, and that's not the case at all.
Okay.
And so we have about 1,000 students between the two schools.
Wow.
About 450 at SAMI, about 550 at SOTA.
Okay.
And the program that I specifically work with is most of the performing arts opportunities up at SAMI. We also have a dance class that I don't teach. But I do the choir. We have 4 choir classes, 2 guitar classes, and a leadership class. The neat thing about the guitar classes is that they're actually taught by an adjunct artist, and I'll talk a little bit more about that program when we get to Artrageous.
Okay.
But it's a pretty neat thing to be able to bring experts and their content into the classroom that aren't necessarily teachers who partner with us to give opportunities to students that they might not otherwise have.
Wow. Sounds fabulous. And David, tell me a little bit about yourself. Why SAMI? Why did you want to do this?
I chose SAMI because I like being outdoors and being hands-on, learning about stuff instead of being stuck in a classroom all day. And we go out, we learn about animals in the forest and go to the zoo, which is really cool. Look at the animals there.
So you also told me that beforehand we were talking with your mom and with you, and she was just talking about one of the advantages of the SAMI type program is that it has more opportunities than maybe a traditional high school for you to pursue your biological sciences.
Yes, they have a lot of advanced classes in the sciences, anatomy, physiology, all that kind of stuff. It's really cool to learn about that stuff.
So you also mentioned that one of your goals is you're a junior this year or sophomore?
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay, so we got 2 more years. But you mentioned that you were interested in dentistry.
Yes.
So that's where you want to go with all this science knowledge
yes.
you have? Were you, it just made me think of, you love to go to the zoo and look at the animals, but that polar bear that recently had the major tooth pulled. So have you ever thought about animal dentistry, or are you going with people dentistry?
I have not. People are my pathway.
Okay, that's the way that you want to go with it. So, and I know you mentioned that the adjunct teachers, that come in are these are professionals, outside community professionals.
Yes, and so for instance, I was looking for my adjunct for guitar is a professional guitar player and is able to come and teach students some pretty incredible stuff beyond what I could teach them, because choir is really my focus.
Right.
But I partner with him to do all the assessment and the grade book and kind of the things that I know as a teacher.
Okay, so you help him on the teacher side.
Correct.
Okay.
And we've got lots of other people who do that at both SAMI and SOTA. Karen Povey is a staff member at the zoo who we partner with really closely, and she's wonderful, and she's able to kind of be that bridge to the resources at the zoo and have our students doing things like taking live animal drawing at the zoo or biology at the zoo.
Okay.
They go up to Fort Nisqually and work with the parks that way, and so trying to bridge a lot of the gaps towards community organizations, and we really want to capitalize on those resources and not just have school be this bubble that's separate from everything in the rest of the city. It really should be integrated into the real world.
Exactly. And I imagine the SOTA students do the same thing in the downtown core?
They do. There are lots of adjunct artists at SOTA and lots of partnerships with community organizations, with the YMCA, with the Tacoma Art Museum, and many other organizations. And then adjunct artists who come in and teach a variety of performing arts classes, really specific dance classes, visual arts. We've got 2-3 full-time visual arts teachers, but then a lot of other adjuncts that work with them, and it's really creates some pretty incredible opportunities. We've got a published author who teaches creative writing.
Wow.
And that gets to be a different angle on that elective than when the people have actually been published and know what that world is like for our aspiring young writers.
It's nothing better than talking from I've walked the walk. I'm not just teaching it, nothing wrong, that's great too, but this also I've done it, is bringing in someone who's actually done something that you wanted to do. And we did talk earlier a little bit about got to fund all this.
Sure.
As a public school, obviously the teachers have salaries, but I'm sure you need little help to bring in all these amazing, talented people to help with the students. So there's a program, I've heard this years ago, I know it's been around for a while, called Artrageous. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Artrageous and what's coming up with this event?
Sure. So we've received great support from the Tacoma School District for the innovative things that we want to do as a school, and we're really appreciative of that. But we always kind of want to go to that next step and do more. And so Artrageous is an opportunity to raise money to be able to do those extra things. Our partner organization is called Elements of Education, and they are a nonprofit that works with both SAMI and SOTA. And so we use the resources raised at this event to fund things like the Adjunct Artist Program, and to continue to try to think outside of kind of the traditional high school experience in terms of where our students are located and how they're experiencing their education, making sure that there's just something different on the menu.
Right.
And the actual evening of Artrageous, it's March 14th. It's a Saturday.
Mark the calendar.
Pi Day.
Tickets now.
3.14. That's Pi Day. Our science students get excited.
Okay,
about.
so David got okay.
And it's at the Hotel Murano here in downtown Tacoma at 5 o'clock p.m. And if people go to elementsofeducation.org, there's a link to purchase tickets for Artrageous from there.
Okay.
And we hope that people will come. They get to see a pretty high-level show with a lot of great student work, visual arts and performing arts, and then get to just sort of learn about who we are and kind of the heart of our schools. There are over 100 student volunteers. There are about 100 student performers, and there are 450 seats, and they're going fast.
Wow, okay. And I understand David is going to be performing that night, too. So what are you going to be doing for Artrageous?
I will be in the choir, and we'll be singing on stage, entertaining them.
Can you share your songs, or what kind of stuff are you going to be singing at this point?
A little bit of jazz,
the
Ta Tiki Te. It's kind of gibberish.
Okay.
Well, and that one's actually going to have live dancing with it. And so the top dancers at School of the Arts will be dancing on a different stage while we're collaborating with the choir from SOTA and SAMI choirs together to do, that's the final number of the show.
So how large is your choir?
Our choir is 20 students.
Okay. And so is this a regular class for you, or is it every once a week, or how often?
Twice a week.
Twice a week, okay. And so do you get to sing outdoors too, or do you just
we go a lot of places to sing, sing to other people, practice our music.
Oh, was that right? So you go out into the community as well, or besides the Artrageous, the choir's out and about? Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah. We just did a field trip on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So who'd you go sing for on Tuesday?
We went to UPS.
And how did that go?
It went really well.
They appreciated the music, and so you can be the singing dentist. I just see great marketing opportunities. You need to go speak at 1 Million Cups and get some entrepreneurial ideas, and it should be a lot of fun. So, what else would you just like us to know about SAMI and SOTA? I mean, you're so excited about the whole concept of the schools and why people should support it.
I really am just so thankful that there's a menu for students. We really think that beyond SAMI and SOTA aren't a better school than another school for any reason. It's a different school, and I feel strongly that students should have a menu to choose from, and that when they look and say, I'm going to own my education and choose my path, we are all about them getting the right fit. And if we're the right fit, that's wonderful, and if something else is the right fit, that's great too. And so I'm so excited that the school district has been supportive of having different things on the menu for our students. And I just want to thank the SAMI and SOTA administration teams are wonderfully supportive. I feel like my job is such a joy to be at because of the support that we get. And the families of our students also who send their kids every day to do this weird, different experimental thing and go out into the woods for PE class, for outdoor education, and are going all over town to experience different things. Is just so great to have people who are willing to kind of take risks for the sake of their students' opportunities.
I hadn't really thought about that part of it, but the fact that, your parents, the parent piece of it, it's students that are wanting to do something a little different, teachers willing to teach in a different, not normal venue. But that third leg of this whole thing is really the parents to trust that, you're going to be out there in a park all day, and support all of the extra different kinds of things that you get to do. So, yay, parents, thank mom and dad and all those other caregivers that support the students at both of these great schools. And get those tickets for Artrageous. Before we end, though, we're running out of time, but is there anybody in particular you'd like to thank that's a big supporter of Artrageous, sponsors or anything like that?
The board of the Elements of Education has been really supportive, and the people planning the event are wonderful, but it's really a community event. So as I said before, the administrators, the families, and the students are working so hard to get ready for this thing. And so it's just one snapshot of who we are as a school, and I hope that lots of people come and see, but we get to see it every day. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of the SAMI SOTA community and get to work with the incredible people that we do.
How about you, David? Any last words on SAMI?
Come to Artrageous.
Come to Artrageous. And you will see, what was the songs again?
Ta Tiki Te.
Ta Tiki Te. So a little bit of...
you have to come and see it.
You have to see it. It's kind of like this 1 million cups. You got to kind of come and be there and see what's going on. So it sounds like a wonderful event. And if all the teachers have your level of enthusiasm, and just a great place to go to school and a great experience for young people like David. So thank you so much to both of you for coming out this morning and telling us a little bit about your school and yourselves and what's going on. But we're going to have to let Emily and David go now, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to finish up with our last segment. Thank you.